All right, what's going on? Listen, if you have no technical background and you want to work in cybersecurity, specifically GRC, this video right here, it's for you. By the end of this video, you're absolutely going to know exactly where to start and the one gap that you're going to have to close and keep closing in order to make sure you don't stall out a year from now. Sound good? Let's get into it. First off, let's define what GRC is. It's governance, it's risk, it's compliance. It's basically an acronym, and it is the interface between cybersecurity and the business. Now, governance, to kind of double click down on these things, is setting the organization's attitude and appetite for security, and this can be done through policies and just the overall behavior that's expected of staff and vendors and stuff at the organization. That's what governance is. It's setting the tone really on what's okay and what's not okay. Risk is how much exposure to a bad or adverse cyber event the business is willing to accept. And honestly, this one is the most important of the three in my book. And you might be asking yourself, why would the organization accept any bad cyber risk, right? No one wants that. Well, because it costs a lot of money to eliminate all the risk, right? That's why, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, you got to find a balance there. And that's honestly why it's the most important one and why people get paid to work in GRC. The final one is compliance. And this is meeting external cyber related regulations, running audits, and working with outside external auditors on whatever needs that they have. Pretty straightforward. Now, let's stay with risk for just a hot minute because it is important. Most people think of risk as coming from like hackers and, nation states breaking in and all that stuff, which is true, but it also covers things like a hurricane taking out your data center, that happens, or floods. It could be, an air conditioner being mounted above a server rack and the air conditioner drips down and causes an outage. Most of the focus is given to cyber criminal threat actors, honestly, because it does make up like 80% of the problems we have to worry about. But just be mindful that that is not exclusively what we need to worry about. Here's the core of a GRC job in one line. Take a look. With a limited budget, you're asked to figure out what technologies, what processes, what resources can you use that would lower the odds of a bad cyber event from happening in the first place? They call it the likelihood, and shrink the blast radius if bad were to happen. And this is called the impact. So it's reducing the likelihood of bad happening, reducing the impact if it does happen. So let me bust a myth here. Of all the roles in cybersecurity, GRC is, the least technical background demanding one. And that part is true. Okay. So just a lot of people are turned on by GRC because it's less technical. It is a real on ramp for anyone to get into cybersecurity. You can come from a non technical background, non IT, et cetera, and it's great. The trap, though, is hearing non technical and assuming that you never have to learn any technology. You could just like work in cybersecurity and not understand tech. And that's where people are going to stall out. And that's where it becomes a real problem. You can start non technical, you cannot stay there. Period. Full stop. The field is moving towards something called GRC engineering. And instead of asking, like, do we have the control, for example, you would ask, how do we enforce this control automatically in a cloud environment specifically? And automation and AI are moving into compliance work. One report estimated up to 49% of compliance tasks could be automated by 2030. So the people who understand the tech underneath are the ones who are going to remain valuable. So here's the reality that surprises people. At smaller organizations, GRC analysts, they get pulled into security operations too. Don't think that you're going to be able to avoid it at smaller organizations. It's really common, for example, for a GRC analyst to be handling quarantine emails, maybe some alerts, and work that would normally be done by SOC analysts. Like, surprise, if you're the one person there doing GRC work and there's no one else, the buck stops with you. So if you have zero technical understanding, you are going to have a difficult time like analyzing the headers on a phishing email to see if it's really a phish or not, for example. So land this with me, okay? Non-technical is a fine place to start. It is a bad place to stay. In fact, if you're doing interviews for like an entry level GRC role or something like that, be sure to let them know what your plans are for growing and developing in the technical space, even if you've already got some technical chops, because it's going to be worth it. Now, before you go all in, I want to do a gut check with you, all right? There's a really common assumption that even you may have. It says, I want to work in cyber. I'm not technical, so GRC is my only option. I guess I'll just do that. Well, that logic is flawed. The reason is you might not even enjoy the actual day-to-day work of GRC, and that is fine. It's not a big deal. It's not for everybody. But wouldn't you like to find out before you pour 6 months, 12 months into working towards getting that job? I sure would. I feel so strongly about it. I actually made a mini course that's free called GRC Jumpstart, where I actually sit down. It's like an hour and a half course. It's kind of like we're having a cup of coffee, and I basically break down. I've worked in GRC for 20 years. I basically break down what really is GRC, what kind of people do well in it, what kind of people struggle in it, or if you're this type of person, you wouldn't like it. Also, I tell you what a typical day-to-day is in the life of a GRC analyst. And like I said, you can get it for free if you use the code GRC Jumpstart 0. It's 90 minutes. Trust me, would you rather spend 90 minutes and figure out you don't like it, or 12 months and figure out you don't like it? I think that's a pretty easy question to answer. Now, you don't need to be deeply technical, but you do need a working foundation of what IT is, okay? Here's why it matters. First of all, you got to understand networking. If you understand how two computers talk to each other, that's great, because most cybercrime, it happens over the internet. Cyber criminals are not coming to your house and sitting at your desk and working on your computer. They're coming over the internet. They're talking to your computer. So how that conversation works, kind of what an IP address is, how networks talk and stuff like that, it's exactly what you would want to learn in this process. Do you have to be able to sit down and program a routing table on a networking switch? No. You just have to understand what an IP address is, how data flows, what DNS is, things like that. Trust me, you'll understand it once you get in there. The second thing I'd recommend, how do programs run, right? How does an operating system work? When you boot up Windows computer, right, or your MacBook, and it does things, what is going on underneath the hood? Understanding that at a fundamental level is huge, because like when an application or malware runs on a computer, wouldn't it be nice to know what the heck's going on? So you got to understand things like what's a process, what's a service, why is malware running on an endpoint or a computer bad? You should be able to answer that question, okay? You should also understand how software works. You don't need to be a developer, okay? You don't have to write code. It just helps to understand what variables are, what control loops are, like what a program's logical structure is, because you may actually come across a PowerShell script or a Bash script or something, or someone provides it to you. You're trying to level up something or automate something, and if you don't know any of that, you're gonna have a bit of a struggle. It's like gonna be reading like a foreign language. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to make you incredibly valuable as a GRC person with this video. So one distinction people do misunderstand, IT fundamentals and security fundamentals are not the same thing. IT and security are not the same thing. Security does do a lot with IT, and a lot of IT people do security things, but they are two different disciplines. Learning how technology works is one track. Learning how security works is a separate track. You do need to understand both for that reason. Like I just mentioned, networking, programs, programming, all that stuff, cloud. I have another free course because I'm all about educating people and just helping you out. And I just love helping people, man. You can go to Simply Cyber Academy. There's a course called Cybersecurity Career Launchpad. It's an absolute crash course in the foundational IT concepts a GRC analyst would need to know, because I just want you to learn. And on top of that, that crash course, not only do I give you resources, but like I'm in a video and I'm showing you what to do with the resources. I explain why they're valuable. It's a really cool little free course that I put together. A lot of people have enjoyed it. I hope you take advantage of it if it resonates with you. So there is a daily habit that you will need. It's consuming threat intelligence and daily cyber news. Now, you might be like, I don't know about that, Jerry. Well, let me break this down for you, right? Threat actors, regulations, new developments, malware, criminal operations. If you're deciding where to spend your limited resources to protect an organization, as a GRC analyst is wont to do, and you're not current on the current state of threats, you don't know the threat landscape, you're making decisions on stale information. Like, it's the equivalent of deciding if you're going to go to the beach today or not and looking at 2 weeks ago's weather report. Does that do anything for you? No, right? So you've got to stay current. It's demanding. It is demanding. Cybersecurity is hard, my guy. It is not an easy discipline, but it's awesome, okay? There is a bonus for you as well. Reading about attacks every day shows you how attackers actually operate, phase by phase, and you'll get to start to see the cyber kill chain, which is important. You'll see it repeat over and over again. Everything from nation-state threat actors, organized financial criminally motivated people, hacktivists and ideologically motivated individuals, they're all going to use the same cyber kill chain. So when you start seeing it over and over again, you're going to pick up on those techniques. And this repetition is what makes the big picture come together for you. It will click. Seeing the phases over and over again, one piece fits together, you're going to level up like an absolute boss, trust me. Now let's talk about certifications, right? You may have heard of this. Someone's probably trying to sell you some stupid overpriced boot camp to get you a cert. Let's talk about it. Certs, they're not magic. They're not a silver bullet. No one's going to be like, oh my God, you got this cert. Here's your job. That's not happening, okay? What a cert actually does is two things. One, it exposes you to foundational cyber concepts in a structured way. Cool, right? Second, it gets you through the HR screening in some situations. I'll call one out right now. Security Plus, CompTIA's, for some reason, they've got a lock on the industry. The Security Plus is the big one here. It's widely used as a filter by HR departments to say entry-level role or junior-level role must have Sec Plus or Security Plus. And then if you don't have it, they just move your resume to the trash can, and now they have a stack of resumes like this. That's why the Sec Plus isn't going to get you a job, but it gets you in the pile that is going to be reviewed versus the pile thrown over there. For better or worse, that's just the reality of it, okay? Now, the value is in the fundamentals of the learning and stuff, and also getting past that filler. So the one thing I will say with any certification, Sec Plus included, you can fact check me on this one. If you're wondering, should I get a certification? Should I spend money on this cert, right? Look at a job you want. Are they asking for that cert? If yes, then yeah, it's a good investment. If no, it's a poor investment, right? I always tell people, learn the knowledge. Learn the information that would get you that cert, and then don't take the cert exam. Don't pay for it. Don't pay once you get a cert, you have to pay annually to renew it and stuff like that. It's crazy. So learn the information, and unless it's on a job app, get it. Don't get it. I mean, and finally, if your employer is going to pay for it, then obviously get it, right? Let them pay for it. Okay, so let's bring this home. I've been ranting here like a madman about GRC. You can absolutely start in GRC with not a strong technical background. And the people who succeed are the ones who are going to keep working on closing that gap. Believe that. The ones who say, I'm not technical. I'm not for me. I'm not technical. I'm just doing this GRC thing over here. Guess what? A permanent excuse like that, you're going to stall and it's not going to work out for you in the long run. Trust me on that one. So here's your first step. This week, pick one of the things I talked about foundationally here. Start learning about networking. Start learning about how computers run programs. Start attending the daily cyber threat brief on Simply Cyber. Start reading a blog post, RSS feeds. Do something. Get momentum, my friend. Both courses I mentioned below are linked below, or both courses I mentioned before are linked below, right? Cybersecurity Career Launchpad, that's the one with all the different foundational things you can learn. And GRC Jumpstart, which is like, do you want to work in GRC? They're both free. You have to use a code for the GRC Jumpstart. It's GRC Jumpstart 0. Just put it in there. If you watch the video this far, you get the free course. And if you want GRC content like this, I'm wicked passionate about GRC. I'm wicked passionate about helping people. I love cybersecurity. Hit the sub button. I'm making a boatload of content for you to level up and absolutely crush it. I'm Jerry from Simply Cyber. Until next time, stay secure.